Hello and welcome back. I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today's real user review, we are going to be taking a look at the Bleu De Chauffe Heavyweight Champ Tee and the Raw 50 sweatshirt. Now BDC did send me these as samples for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share the contents of this video with BDC prior to publication. They will see this when you do. And just that, there will be affiliate links in the description box down below. If you're considering buying either of these shirts or any other product from BDC, please consider using those links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do earn a small commission from that sale. All that money goes back to the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Now, as you can see, I'm actually not wearing the Raw 50 sweatshirt right now. That's because it's actually warm. I'm a little sweaty right now. I just got back from walking the dog. This morning, I left the house. It was like, I say 40, 42 degrees, and I had the Heavyweight Champ Tee, the Raw 50 sweatshirt, and then I had a 14-ounce Ironheart Type 3 on, and I was completely comfortable. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. It was perfect for the temperatures. But when I walked out of work, it was like 66 or 68 degrees, and it was a little warm. And by the time I got to the house, I was sweating. I had to walk the dog, so I lost the sweatshirt. I'm still actually a little bit sweaty. That's why I put a hat on. My hair is kind of crazy and a little sweaty mess right now. But I digress. It was actually quite comfortable to wear all day long, because I talk about this a lot. I'm always wearing like a sweatshirt or a jacket all day long at work because it's always cold in the building. I find office buildings are just cold. So I've had the Raw 50 on over the Heavyweight Champ Tee all day, and I was really, really comfortable. I was kind of active today too. We had some visitors, so I was running around getting TV screens going and taking pictures and all other nonsense that was happening today, and completely comfortable all day long. It wasn't until I left work, not realizing it was actually warm out for a change, and I got a little bit too warm. I had to lose the hoodie. But let's hit a few of the specs of each of these garments. The Bleu De Chauffe Raw 50 sweatshirt comes in at $127.56 USD. It is available in sizes extra small through 3XL. My sweatshirt is seen here in the navy colorway. It is made from a thick, soft weave, 99% organic cotton and 1% elastane. Now, BDC states that this sweatshirt is born from the American campuses in the 1920s as an item of sports clothing, and I could say it definitely has that awesome vintage look and vibe to it. And with that comes a more vintage fit. It is a little bit more slim cut to the body, and for point of reference, I am 5'9", roughly 180 to 185 pounds, a 42.5-inch chest over a t-shirt, and I am wearing this in a size large. Now, while I think it does fit me nicely throughout the body, I have a full range of motion. It is a little bit shorter on me, and I say it does have a little bit more of a slim, tapered look to it. And yeah, that's because, well, people back then, they were just skinnier than we are now. People were more active. The food that we eat definitely has a lot more additives, if you will, in it. So it has a slimmer, more tapered look to it, but I still feel like this size large is fitting me well. It just might be a tiny bit too short. You can see when that reach I did there, it did ride up a little bit, but because it does have a nice sturdy ribbing, it kind of just stayed where it was at instead of fall back down. So it just simply had to give it a little tug and went right back down to where it should sit on my body. And it does feel very, very nice. It has a very nice soft feel to it. And as I said, I've been wearing this all day long, and I was pretty active at work today, and it was very comfortable for me to wear all day throughout my entire day, and every time that I have worn this thus far, it has been really, really nice to wear. Now, the BDC Heavyweight Champ Tee comes in at $52.18 USD. Once again, it is available in sizes extra small through 3XL, and is seen here in the Molted Gray colorway. Now, this shirt is made from a 100% GOTS certified organic cotton with Okio Tex label. Interlock knit. Not sure what that one means. That's a new one on me. But they say this shirt is cut slightly wider at the sleeves and the chest with a round t-shirt neck with a double thickness folded collar. Now, they are calling this a heavyweight tee, and it is certainly a little bit beefier than your average cotton tee that you would get from any big box store. But as far as heavyweight tees go, I would say this is probably closer to like a midweight tee, which personally I do prefer. I love me a good heavyweight tee, and I will wear them all throughout the winter, but once that temperatures rise, I like to wear merino wool and lighter cotton tees just because I run hot and it gets really hot in Pennsylvania. So I think that this being a more midweight tee, I can still wear this throughout the summer months. Maybe not when it's about 1,000 degrees outside, but for the majority of the summer, I think I could still get away with wearing this. So I would call this an all-season tee and not just something I would wear from the fall, winter and springtime because, again, I do run hot, so I generally don't personally wear heavyweight tees in the summer, but I think I can certainly get away with wearing this all summer long. Now, the one thing I did notice about both of these garments, and it's really just when you're wearing them together, and it's the labels. Now, while they aren't perfectly lined up next to each other, they do have a tendency to feel a little bit more beefy and a little bit more blocky, if you will, when you're wearing them together, because the labels do kind of line up, and sometimes they do fold under, and they are a bit scratchy on the skin. Now, when you're wearing either of these garments alone without the other, it's a non-issue. I think it's just because it's a pretty wide label in the placement of it. They're basically overlapping. It's just making a little bit thicker spot on the body. So it is kind of noticeable. Again, I wore them all day long. I was pretty comfortable all day long, but it is the one thing that I did notice when you're combining the tee with the sweatshirt. The labels do overlap, and it is a bit bulky or boxy, if you will, and they could fold under, and it just comes a little bit scratchy on the skin. A non-issue when you are wearing them alone. They don't bulk up like that because you're not overlapping them, but when you're wearing them together, please keep that in note. Now, the one thing I should say is I definitely have worn and washed the tee a couple of times now, and I think it did shrink a tiny bit, but overall it's still fitting me really well. I don't think it really shrank down that much at all, and had I not been putting on some weight lately, I probably would not have noticed it at all. Now, the sweatshirt, honestly, I don't think I washed this yet at all, but I don't really wash my sweatshirts that frequently. I know some of you may think that's gross. Some of you may do the same thing because I'm always wearing a sweatshirt over another layer. So even if I do get a little bit warm, a little bit sweaty, the sweatshirt usually doesn't get that stinky. So I'm pretty sure I have not washed the sweatshirt. And I don't know if you noticed it in the turns of me wearing the tee, but there are a few fuzzes on the t-shirt from the sweatshirt, not a lot at all. I mean, I'm trying to look at myself in the monitor. I didn't notice them earlier today, which leads me again to believe I did not wash the sweatshirt yet, but just a few minor little fuzzies, so it's not shedding that much at all. So it's very soft, very comfortable, yet it doesn't shed a lot, which I love because I've got a couple other sweatshirts that I love, and they're very, very comfortable when you first get them, and even though they shed so bad, I still wear them for a while before I wash them, because sometimes when you wash a sweatshirt, it loses some of that really soft brushed feeling, and it's not as comfortable to wear. So sometimes I will wear a sweatshirt that even rubs the fuzzes off for a while before I'll wash it, just because it's so comfortable. I don't want to lose that. But I didn't wash, pretty sure I didn't wash this yet, and it doesn't leave all of those fuzzes. So if you're in the same boat as me and you don't wash your sweatshirts as often, you can go ahead and wear it freely and not have to get fuzzies all over your other clothing, especially when you're wearing a lighter colored t-shirt underneath a darker colored sweatshirt. But really, both of these have been really, really nice to wear. The only thing that I could say about them really is the labels. When you're combining them, they overlap that little bit, and yeah, that's really it. Other than that, incredibly comfortable. I'm really happy with the weight of this t-shirt, though. Like I said, it's more like, I would say, like a mid-weight tee. I have a lot of cotton tees that I've probably are well worn out, much thinner than they were when I first bought them, because they're old and super comfortable, and I've worn them for so many years that those are the ones I kind of lean towards in the summer months, because they're basically paper thin at this point. But something like this is a really good weight. It's very soft and comfortable to wear too, but the weight of this is really nice. They're calling it the heavyweight champ, but I've had other heavyweight t-shirts that I simply can't wear in the summer because they're just too heavy. I'm just too warm wearing them. This is something that I think I can certainly wear all summer long. Now, we will normally get a heat wave in Pennsylvania. We'll usually get a week to 2 weeks where a lot of our temperatures are in the mid to high 90s, really humid, really hot and heavy. And I will say I mostly just wear like chambray button-down shirts, or either merino or those old worn-out cotton tees in the summer when it's that hot. So then I may not wear this, but really for the bulk of the summer, I think the weight of this is going to be great, especially for someone like me that runs hot. I can wear this all summer long, and it's really, really comfortable. I've basically been wearing 3 t-shirts that I got around the same time, and this is one of them. So I basically wear these 3 t-shirts, and then if they're all in the wash, I've been wearing a different t-shirt. But yeah, I've really been cycling through 3 different t-shirts for like the past month now. Yeah, because we got a 7-year-old, so we end up doing a lot of laundry. So the shirt's probably been washed a lot, and it looks really good. Besides, it probably shrank a tiny bit. It still looks great. If I didn't tell you this thing's been washed multiple times, you probably wouldn't know that this thing's been through the washing machine a lot in this past month. But Really, really comfortable to wear. Again, sweatshirt, really, really nice. This is like the perfect weight for this time of year too, because it's not too heavy. So it's really good for this like spring transitional where you're having those 42-degree mornings, but then you're coming out and it's like in the mid 60s. I still wore this home. It was until I got home and I realized I got to walk the dog. I'm a little sweaty. I popped it off then, but even walking out of work when it's in the mid 60s, it was still a good weight to wear. So it's going to be a good, I would say, spring, even some of those summer mornings when you get up, you get those heat waves where you're hitting those 95-degree days. But if you wake up and you got like a 60-degree morning and you use those 95-degree evenings, you're going to want to throw on a layer. This is going to be a good layer because it's not that thick, but it's very cozy. It's very comfortable. It's something that you can easily toss on and then just pull off throughout the day and toss it over your shoulder, walk out to the car on your way home to work when it's 95 degrees again outside. So both these really good options. If you're looking at them, I positive impressions, love them, been wearing them a lot. And you know, I got the BDC bag over here. I've been very, very happy with all the products I've gotten from BDC. And I'm saying BDC because I'm pretty sure I say Bleu De Chauffe completely wrong, even though I watched a ton of videos on how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right at all because I have zero experience with French. I've been to Montreal like once or twice, and that's pretty much the extent of my my French. And I'm sorry, I lied. One time we were at the Jersey Shore, and there was a family from France were there, and they were teaching my daughter some words in French, and that was maybe my third interaction with the French language. So I'm probably saying it terribly, so I do apologize if I'm saying it wrong, which is why I'm saying BDC. But yeah, really happy with the sweatshirt, the t-shirt, the Zeppo Solo bag that I just reviewed. Very, very great bag. Love that bag. Yes, it is pricey. Yes, it is a luxury item, but if you're in the market for it, it was a great bag. I love that bag. I'm still using it. It smells great. It feels great. It is the nicest leather bag that I've ever had, and I am still babying it in case you were wondering. But I hope this helped you in your buying decision just a little bit. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.